Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jonathan, and welcome back to Money Talks. Today I'm going to give you a few things I want you to look out for because as these weeks go by, I know it's becoming a more tough time. But first, if this is your first time joining me on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So, I know it's been a lot going on, and every day you're seeing new information coming out talking about 10 million job claims, or there are way more cases being evolving. People are dying, and I know it's very sad, and I don't want to discredit anything that's going on right now. But I do want you to really look at how what you're taking in can be necessarily affecting what you're doing in your household. And that's what I want you to really focus on, trying to maintain control. So number one, I want you to think about all the activity that you have been doing. Think about how many times have you gone to the grocery store? How many times have you just been wandering around or spending money aimlessly? Or maybe you're buying something from Target online. Maybe you're buying something from Amazon online. Have you really started to really take a pause and look how you can track your spending and start to really nestle down and make good use of the resources you have? That's what I want you to do right now. I want you to sit down, really track your spending, do go to the store, do get the things that you need, but don't spend aimlessly. This is a time where you want to be very cautious about how you're putting your resources out. That's very important. Number two, I want you to get clarity. I want you to get clarity on your income, but also I want you to get clarity on these loan options. Clarity on your income. Well, when you think about it, you may actually be in a positive spot. You may not be getting any type of messaging that says you may be laid off or furloughed or things of that nature. But if you have some uneasiness, or if you're still in that gray area of the unknown of what's going on with your job, I want you to go ahead and take time to speak with your leaders. Sit down, figure out and ask them questions that are valid about what are their thoughts about the upcoming direction of the company. What are some things that I should be aware of that will help me know that we may need to cut back, or there may be some cutbacks coming? How will that information be relayed? Those are all definitely fair questions during this time of uneasiness. But it also helps them lead you through this turmoil as you're at your employer. I also want you to get clarity on your loan options. I know in the previous video when I talked about thinking about all the options you have, I was really trying to help you gain focus that, hey, during this time, it may not be as bad as you think it is. And there are options to help you get through. But I do want you to look at all these options, and I want you to make a deliberate and intentional decision before anything rash. I want you to sit down and think, hey, if I can actually pay my bills, if I can actually pay the loan, if I can actually pay all these things, and I don't have really any impact from my particular income, I should do that. I don't want you to go ahead and take loan deferments or take credit card deferments or anything of that nature if it's not necessary. Yes, there are some things that can help you make some progress a little bit faster than possible, and you do need to consider that. But you also need to look at all the options, and you need to find out and start asking some questions when you're on the phone with your lender, like, hey, I know you guys are putting this payment off. When will it be due? Will it be due in the 3 months, and so I have to pay all 4 months? Or will you be tacking it on to the end? Is there interest accruing? All these things are helpful for you to be able to make an educated decision about next steps you need to take as you move forward. So I really want you to get clarity on your income, but also get clarity on these loan options before you pursue. Next, I want you to really think before you borrow. It's not necessary for you to actually borrow money in a time where you don't necessarily know how you're going to pay back. So if you borrow the money and you don't have the income to pay it now, how will that help you in the future? How will that help you as you start to move through this situation? That's the importance of number two, really getting clarity about your income and your loan options. There are many different things you can actually do to help spur and manage your way through this without taking and tackling on more debt. Taking on debt when you know when you don't know if you can pay it is not the best solution. I don't want you borrowing, although I can understand how that option may be a viable solution to kind of weather this storm. But if you don't have the money to pay for it, I'm going to always encourage you not to do the borrowing. I don't want you to take on excess debt because I want you to get out of debt. I want you to be free from that. What things can you do? Can you take 1 or 2 jobs? Can you go and work for Amazon or one of these grocery stores, or take on an online business? Or there are many different options that you can actually pursue, because people, whether you like it or not, are still hiring. The fact is, they just may not be hiring in what you would consider your ideal spot. So I want you to consider that as you're starting to think of the option of borrowing. I don't want you to borrow. So that's why I want you to think before you make that decision of borrowing. Lastly, really keep your end in mind. So when you get 8 months down the road, 6 months down the road, what decision will you be happy that you made? What decision will put you in a better spot? I will encourage you that though this time may seem very, very difficult, and though the end is unknown, and there are a lot of unknowns, one thing is for certain is you can actually come out better than you went in. You can come out better as a teammate. You can come out better as a family man, and also you can come out better financially. You can come out better financially even if you just squeak by. If you didn't take on any more debt, you came out better financially. If you were able to manage through this crisis and keep your emergency fund intact, you came out better. If you took on another viable source of income when you lost yours, and that was the thing that kept food on your table, you can come out better. So I would encourage you, really think about where is it that you're still trying to go 8 months, a year from now, 6 months, that when you're making decisions now, you will be happy with the outcome. I hope these tips are helpful, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.